YouTubers. So this is a little bit different of a setting for you guys here, and I am going to be doing a video about how I clean my brushes. I have quite a few different ways I clean them. I clean them with a couple different things. So I'm going to show you all the different ways that I tend to clean my brushes. First thing you need is going to be some dirty brushes. These are all my brushes that I use on a daily basis and that need to be cleaned. Then you also need brush cleaner. Now I have two different go-to brush cleaners. The first one is the Beauty Blender Cleanser, the solid version, okay, which comes like this. You open it up and the cleanser is actually inside of there. You can see I've used quite a bit of that. And the liquid version that I like is the Benjabel Organic Brush Shampoo. I do not like the foaming one. I prefer this one. Another thing is an old towel of some sort. I used to use this one when I clean my brushes with rubbing alcohol, and I just kind of use this one as my brush that I use to, or my towel that I use to like wipe stuff off. So the next thing is, and it's stuck here to the sink, a couple different types of things you can use to wash your brushes. This is 3 of them are from Melody Susie, another one is from Infinity. And this is a brush cleaning mat that goes on your sink. So depending on the size of the actual drain, you can put it on the wide side or the more narrow side. So I would use this more on a bathroom sink is this side. Oh, that's fluffy and hard to do. So this side more of a bathroom sink and this side for more of a kitchen sink. I'm using the kitchen sink today, so we'll be using this side. It does have definitions on here, like where to wash for eye brushes, refine for face brushes, rinse for face brushes. Down here is for washing face brushes, and so on and so forth, okay? Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is 2 different things. I use these when I'm like on the go. They're great. This one and this one are great little gift ideas. All of these actually are, because none of them are very expensive. But this one here has 4 different options of how to wash down at the bottom and how to cleanse them and rinse them at the top. And then this one here has it's an egg shape, and it actually comes with 2 in a set, a pink one and a blue one. I use the blue one, but you can wash down here and then rinse it off up here. I have this one in my travel makeup thing. This one I usually just throw in and go if I'm doing a quick, if I don't need the whole mat and I just have a couple brushes I want to clean, I just grab this one when I'm doing that. The next thing I'm going to show you guys is from a company called Infinity, and it is their makeup brush cleaner. And this is actually a little machine that you stick your brushes into. You can see there is a graphic there of how to do it. You put the brush across, then you use this little piece to pull this across, snap it into where it needs to go. I will say that is probably the hardest part about this whole thing, is getting this part snapped here. I almost wish like it was Velcro or something that snapped a little bit easier. I mean, it's not incredibly hard. This is more on the pricey side, but it is pretty cool. So I'm going to show you how I use this too. I like this for bigger brushes. I've used them for my eye brushes as well. I just find it serves more of a purpose on my bigger brushes. So I'm going to get this started. I'm going to start out by using this, and we're going to get started, and I'll show you how I do it. All right, first things first is I take the Melody Susie and I just simply push it down, so it's going to stick pretty good. I keep the drain in just to make it a little bit easier. All right, so now that I've pressed this down, I had to get the sink a little bit wet to make sure that some of these were going to stick. I think they're all on now. Okay, so starting with a dirty brush, I'm going to turn on the water. I take the Benjabel. I love that this smaller one comes in a pump. You can also buy the refill. Okay, I go like this. This is the area for face wash. And you can see I can rinse or scrub it off. So I'm going to sit there and scrub it and scrub it and scrub it until the water starts to get not quite so dark, okay? Then I'm going to take this. I run it under water and then go over here to the rinse area over here. It's not all the way clean, as you can see yet. Sometimes it takes 1 or 2 times. Make sure I turn the water off when I'm doing this part. So I just keep going back and forth a couple times until the brush gets completely clean, especially brushes like this that I use for foundation and things like that. So it's not quite as dark there. So I'm going to take it over here, rinse it off. There's enough water in here. See how it's doing. I kind of move it back and forth. Take a look at it. It's still a little bit dirty. Of course, foundation brushes are always going to take much longer to clean. They have way more stuff in them. And And it just takes a little bit longer because you really are working product in. It's a liquid product. You know, it gets layers of it on there, and you really just need to work it out and get it done. It's starting to come out. I just go through and rinse it off real good. And kind of rinse it and then go to the refined. Why is the refined side not sticking? There we go. Why is it? Oh, the suction. Look, it popped the other way. There we go. That should work now. All right, do it last time going through and refine. Take a look at it. Looks nice and clean. I'm going to take that rag that I showed you guys and I just kind of buff it through. Just dry my hands off, but buff it off to get any excess water out of it. And then I just set it up to dry. Now I'm going to show you how to take a brush and this one and clean it off. So same thing, this is a blush brush. It's got a good amount of product on it. I'm going to put a squirt of soap into there. I'm going to go down on this side. I want to turn the water off so I'm not wasting water. I'm going to try and stay on the lower side of it here. You can see it's definitely getting all of the product out of there. This one's coming off pretty easily. Rinse it off. I rinse this part off here too. So you can stick 4 fingers in this right here, as you can see. Okay, rinse it off. It's looking pretty good. I just kind of go through, make sure I'm getting all the soap off of it. Make sure there's no more soap left in that. And then I just kind of do the same thing. I squeeze it out. I grab that towel. Now I used to use all the time a Benjabel, nice and clean, Benjabel brush tree, and I need to order another one. On to the next one. I'm going to use this one here and maybe a smaller brush. I'm going to use this brush here. So wet the brush, put a squirt of soap on it, turn the water off, and then use the bottom half. And you can see all of that coming out. This one has a lot. I use this one for powder a lot for setting under the eyes. So this one might take 1 or 2 times of going through to make sure I get it all off. Get down in there, let's see. Oops, there's the soap. This one you can fit 2 fingers in, actually easier. I always try and fit 3 for some reason. All right, as you can see, again, it's getting all the product off. Woo, that's hot. All right, rinse it off. Water is hot today for some reason. Rinse it off, make sure it's getting everything off of it. Same thing, squeeze it out, dry it off, and let it dry. All right, so I took a clear glass so you guys can see what's going on here. Filled it about halfway with water. I'm gonna take this Tom Ford bronzer brush. I'm gonna wet it just with some warm water. I'm gonna take the soap it up, lather it up through here. And yes, this gets dirty, but you can just rinse it off. Okay, so make sure I get soap all on it. Pretty good. Okay, so now watch this glass. I'm going to push the power button right here, put it in the water, and watch this. Do you see the little sonic movements going through the water there? Cleanses it off, and it's actually washing the brush. Okay? Turn it off, bring it back out, wring it off. All right, so you can already see how much came off of that brush of the makeup. It looks like the top edges need some. So you're gonna run through one more time, put the soap on it. See, you can still see it. I just make sure I get it all the way up into this top edge here. This is a brush that is actually quite difficult to clean too normally. All right, so then you take the brush again, submerge it in the water, and watch up here for the ripples. It's pretty cool. It is pulling all of that dirt, makeup, everything. I'm not touching it down to the bottom. I'm just letting it rinse everything out of it. It's just moving it. Oh, whoop, banged it on the edge there. All right. Whoops, didn't turn it all the way off. Look at that brush. It is almost all clean. Now this time I am not going to be adding any soap to it. Just clean water, turning it back on, making sure it's all the way rinsed out. Make sure all the soap's out of it. Make sure that all of the makeup is out of it. Everything is gone. Okay? Look at this thing. Completely clear water coming out of that. Perfect. That's exactly the way it should look. I mean, it has a couple stains, but it's a white brush that has stains anyway. I dry it off a little bit and it's done. So I hope you guys found this little video helpful. I had so many people asking me, because I haven't done updated how I clean my makeup brushes since years ago when I was just kind of, I think, using rubbing alcohol, as I had mentioned before, and that was kind of mostly the way that I clean my brushes. I do clean my brushes about once every week to every other week, depending on how crazy things are. Once every other week is fine, but make sure you are cleaning your makeup brushes. It sounds so silly, but it is so important. At least once a month, okay, is like minimal, guys. It is super easy to do. It does take time to let them dry, but washing them is actually kind of satisfying. Both the Melody Susie and the Infinity options were sent to me. I will put links below for all of them. I'm not paid for you purchasing them or anything like that, but they were sent to me to try out. I have other things that were sent to me as well, but these are the ones that I tend to use and grab for. If you don't clean your brushes, guys, make sure you start doing it. It is something that, as silly as it sounds, will help you with your makeup application going on nicer if your brushes are clean. And also it will help reduce breakouts. Because if your brushes are not clean, they're building up bacteria and they're getting all this different bacteria inside that you're then moving around on your face. So it is super important to do that. If you don't have these exact items, don't worry about it. Make sure you clean your brushes anyway. You can use dish soap, you can use baby shampoo. There are hundreds of different ways to do this. Just make sure you clean your brushes. And I forgot what else I am wearing. Let's see here I have Tarte CC Corrector Under My Eyes, YSL Blurring Primer, Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, Amazing Cosmetics Concealer, RCMA No Color Powder Under My Eyes, Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess Bronzer, Pixi by Petra Blush and Highlighter Duo in Peach Honey. On my eyes is kind of a hodgepodge of like Laura Mercier, MAC, and Urban Decay shadows, Anastasia Dip Brow in Taupe. I have on a Pixi, I forget the color, it's a brown liner. I just have on Lancome Grandiose mascara. On my lips is Sephora Rouge Gel Lip Liner in Nothing But Nude with Sephora Infallible Rose, I think it is, lip stain, cream lip stain with the Clarins Instant Light on my lips. I have on a sweater from Nordstrom, I forget who makes it, it's super comfy. I have on the Pave Horn chain along with my tee from Stella and Dot. I didn't have anything, bracelets or anything like that on because I had my hands in the water. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, please let me know if you have any other questions, and thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye.